Yep. Hello. Hello again. How you doing? Let's see. Can you hear me? Is the audio all right? Hey everyone. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Sahiba. Sahiba. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Hey. 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 Rd, rd, okay. Great name. I don't know how it's pronounced. It, it is your real name, by the way, or is it just made up? Maybe it's your name and surname or something. Hello, everyone. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Shemari. Yes. Okay. So it's okay. It's hello, hello. So welcome again, and thanks for joining the stream. Today, okay, I'll explain. What are we doing today? Hello, hello. There's some people that keep entering the room. Just let me arrange this. Okay, I will just make a small introduction on what are we going to do today. What is this workshop about? Well, workshop or stream, call it whatever you want. So, okay, so today we are going to learn um, how to install Windows XP in a virtual machine. And no, just kidding, just kidding. Okay, if you want that, we can make that. I don't know if someone is interested in Windows XP. Um, but yeah, basically, will be how to test your code if you're working, even in personal projects or more importantly in more corporate way. Uh, you got me, I guess. Okay, or more more in a business way, let's call it like this, for a company or something, because it's really important. Even if you're just a solo working on a personal project or something, it's quite important because um, well, you need to test the code. And if you're working with more people, it's even more important because sometimes things break. So first of all, I'll just introduce the different type of testing, what we're going to do today, and let's hope you learn something. Did you have you done some testing before, like unit testing or something, or it's your first time? When I say testing, it's not like running the program again and again, hoping it works. We all done that, and sometimes it's not the best way. So, first of all, just explained the importance of testing uh, on a personal way, just in small groups or big corporations. Um, there's some different types of testing. Um, hi, hey, what's up, spicy tacos? There's different type of testing. Okay, the most common one, and probably you heard of, is unit testing. Okay, unit testing just focuses on verifying well, like individual units or components of your program. And a unit basically is the smallest testable part of your product or application, and you just test functions or classes or methods, and you just test that part. Then there's integration testing. It's basically aims to verify the correct interaction and integrations between different units or components. So it's like unit testing, small units, integration testing, like the integration that unit has with each other. And there's end-to-end testing. Okay, it's called E2E testing. It's basically involves testing the entire application or software you're developing from start to finish. You just simulate a real use case, real user using the application, real scenarios, and from logging to to the finish. there's some differences between these types of testing. Um, Unit testing, as I said, just verifies small functions, small parts of the program, and integration testing focuses on testing the interaction integration between multiple units. End-to-end testing focuses on testing like the whole application, including user interfaces, databases, interactions between the components, and all that stuff. So, okay, and there's a part of testing. You can debug whatever it's called. And I don't know if you did some, but we're going to do some just for you to get some some spices of of I already have probably I have a project here. Okay, I have a project. I'll just share the screen. Let me just change the location. Present. Okay, I'm gonna just share the entire screen. Maybe if I share just a window, it will be easier. Mm, share. Okay, can you see it, or it's too small? Let me just put some music in the background, so you don't think. Okay, okay, just like this. Okay, can you see it, or it's too small? Okay, I think now it's too small. I'll just make it sound bigger. Okay, can you see it now? Okay, let's say you have this program. Okay, this is basically maybe a little bigger. Okay, bigger. What about this? Yes, thanks. Okay, great. So let's say you have this program. Okay, this is a personal project that I have. It's basically a cryptocurrency trading bot. So okay, I will close this one because I have some credentials there. Um, okay, so basically, what it allows you to do, this program, is buy and sell cryptocurrency, get orders. It's connected to the Binance. Uh, well, if you're into crypto, you know what Binance is. It's basically a crypto exchange platform. There's Coinbase and Binance. There's KuCoin. There's a bunch, and basically, as you can see, there's some flags here. It's basically just to run the program. This is well, it runs nothing because there's no testing yet. Well, there's some unit testing, but you will see that later. This is the run case. It just runs the application loop. It's this one. The emergency one, what it does, it sells, if you hit this, it just sells all the cryptocurrency that you have. It just closes all the positions and it just leaves the cash in a fiat currency like euros or dollars or whatever you have. Info just displays the information like what cryptocurrencies do you have, what well the amount and all that stuff, and orders. Okay, so let's say we have this program. It's a for loop, basic for loop that performs actions telegram. That this function, what it does, it's basically gets messages from a Telegram group that I have. I have a Telegram group, and it's called Trading Bot, and there is what I send all the what I like debugging. Yeah, well, sometimes AJ, I think it's pronounced. Sorry. Um, Sometimes it's funny, but sometimes it's not. For at least for some people. Okay, so we will answer the question you just asked, and we will take some time in a while just to answer the questions. Okay, so there's perform actions telegram. What it does, it's basically it takes well I have the token. What it does, it just you know avoid using this. Okay, it was just quite running. So what it does, it just gets the updated comments, and depending on the messages, it does a thing or another. Okay, so this is the Telegram part, display information, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's say we have a program and we want to see it running part by part. Like, I don't know, let's say we have an error here and it just prints something random. Okay, all open Binance orders. Okay, let's say this for range. Okay, let's stop it here. You know, this is a breakpoint. Basically, what it does is when you start debugging, it stops whatever you tell it to stop. Like, for example, if I just hit something, it will just get all that stuff until getting to this point. So let's stop it here, and let's all coins. Okay, let's stop it here too. Here. Okay. So let's assume we don't know what's going on and we just want to run this program. Later on, we are going to write a full order processing code, like some functions, payment processor, and inventory manager, like to make orders, and we'll make the full code and the full testing part. So don't worry, this is just so you can get used on what are we going to do, and test it with a real code, with a real program that it's currently working. Okay, so okay, let's run it. Run, start debugging. Okay, so we see this master. Okay, server listening. So right now, okay, so we didn't say it. Okay, as you can see here, it starts bugging. So if we press, okay, so we didn't specify. Let me just check orders. Okay, it's okay. Okay, didn't stop here. Probably should be stopped here. Just test run emergency info. Okay. What? Let me see. Running. Okay, let's see if we can run application loop. Default. And show again. We need to stop it. Okay. Run, start debugging. Okay, so now we can see we have some information. Now, once we click F5, it will just okay, so it gets here. Now we're here. Let's see what this get does. This gets nothing. Let's continue. Coin. This should get us into coins execution. We will just stop it here. Okay, so now we have the coins. Okay, it started with getting into the coins. Now, if we just press continue, this should get us. Okay, so it's running because it's a loop and gets into the coin execution. Okay, this will just keep looping because we're not doing anything here. Execute code, single buy. Let's check the couple of cases and the balance what it returns. Okay, so we have the coin. Let me just close this. Okay, we get into the balance. Okay, so now we can see some information. about the current. Well, this basically what it does. It gets the free balance of this coin in our wallet in Binance. So, and what it does is basically checks if there's more quantity than if there's more amount than what we want to buy, and if case there is, so the balance here is 29. It's free. So what it will do is just buy. Okay, and now it will get to another cryptocurrency. So let's see, single buy. Let's stop it here to see what kind of values do we get. So what you have to just, okay, F5. Okay, so in this case we don't have any remaining, but yeah, basically you get the idea. You just go stopping the program wherever you want, or if you have, for example, an error here, you can just play with the breakpoints and stop it whatever you want to check if it's working or not, and just you know, in here you can see all the information is getting, for example, from coins. Okay, so coin in this case has these values. It's an object that comes from here, a currency. Okay, so currency, exchange based currency, amount position, price position. So now we're going to close this for the moment. We will just terminate. Okay, run, stop. Okay, so oops, what's this? Okay, we're going to create a new project. Oh, okay, because I was sharing the I was not sharing the full screen. Okay, let me create the new project, and I'll be sharing the screen. So the new one will be testing workshop. Okay, so open, and now stop screen, share screen, the entire screen. Okay, now you can see the entire screen here. Let me see. Okay, can you see it properly? I'll just create a main.go file, and the other one will be test.go. Okay, you can see it. Okay, package. Okay, so what we will be doing now is create a simple program that's, let's say it will be like an order processing software. Okay, so where you get an order and you process the payment with a gateway, and maybe you have a stock managing function that manages the stocks. The stocks. And let's see if we can do some testing there, not debugging, but testing. Package main, sorry, it's a new keyword, so I'm not fully used to it. Okay, so first of all, we have the type order that will just get 3 fields in this case. If you have any questions, just ask. Okay, I will get into that. So not okay. It will be just an integer. Oops. We have the quantity will be int. Oops, int. Okay. Okay. Quantity and the price. And the price will be float 64. Okay, so hi Tintin. I see there's so there's people coming in, so I will just make a recap. Hello MLH. Remember, How are you today? What is the session plan? Can you tell more information about the project you built in? Thanks. Okay, so you're talking about this project or the project that you just showed? The other project is it was just for showing a little debugging test, and this project will be just some functions of a program to manage orders, like get an order and check the payment if it's done, and the event inventory, the stock that we have, and we will make some testing there to see some test cases, like what happens if the payment just fails, or what the program does, or what happens if the whatever, I don't know, maybe the I don't know, let's say there's no stock or something. So now we need to create the interfaces, payment processor interface. This will be, in this case, will be just process payment. It will be just a simple function called process payment that will get the order ID that's an integer, and it will get the amount. The amount will be a float. Okay. The amount will be the price. It's the same type. The order ID is the ID that we will get. So we'll be returning an error in this case. Okay, so in this case, we just want to know if the payment is processed or not. In this case, if it's a real program in the order ID, well, in the order, sorry, there should be a user, I don't know, let's say type, user struct, and the user should have credit cards. This will be, let's say, just a string, credit card, expiration. Well, actually, the credit card has to be an object, but yeah, you get the. This should be the struct, credit card number. It should be a string. Expire string. Well, this should be a date, actually. Date. Well, I think it's the library. It's called time. Time that dates. What is missing? Okay, let's just keep it as a string, just not to make it expire, and the CVS or CSV. Let's say security. Okay, so we'll have a user with all this information and blah 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 blah, and all that information, and that will be sent to the process payment, and it will check if the user can make the payment or not. Okay, but in this case, we'll just keep this out because we don't have a user. We don't have all this information, and just to make it simple. So once we have the payment is there any attendance sheet? What do you mean by attendance sheet? Abragidas. What do you mean by attendance sheet? Like a spreadsheet with all the streams you attended or something? I think that's you can check in to the stream. Attendance form. Yeah, check into the event. Thanks, Shimari. Yeah, you have to check in into the event. I just in the Global Hack Week announcements channel, I just posted the check-in link, so you can go there. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Kaiga Coder, for posting it here. Thank you. So, yeah. Okay, so let's continue. Now we have the type. It's the inventory manager. Okay, it will be an interface too. And here we have our reduce stock. use stock in this case, and this will be just the item ID. Oops, the item ID, and let's call this just to keep it more formal. Thanks a lot. Thank you. The quantity, it will be an integer and all that stuff. That's all. And okay, so the quantity, yeah, okay, it's an integer, and the item ID, it's yeah, could be the okay. So yeah, payment processor. Okay, so we will have let's say we have okay, let's call it my inventory manager. Okay, manager is a string. It will be just empty. Okay, so we just need to include it into the function. It will be have a method my inventory called reduce stock. Okay, I would say just the item ID. It's an int. It will take the quantity. Will be an int2, and it will take. It will just return an error. Okay, so here what we can do is things. Okay. Okay, let's say here in this part, for the moment, we're not going to have any logic because we don't have a database with all the products and all that stock or something. And we'll just return a message calling reducing stock for item ID. Okay, this will be the item ID. It's a digit. Quantity. Just put it. Quantity. It will be D. Just get to another line. Maybe item ID. We call it item ID. It's put this my capital just not to get confused later on, and the quantity. And here we will just return nil. Okay. Well, this is just a simulation. Okay, so here you need your logic, and if the reduce stock returns, right now it returns a nil because it says okay, it's all correct and there's no errors. But in case you want to return an error because you I don't know, you made your checks and it's not working correctly. So here you can do that that management of the stock in this case. Okay. So, but for the moment, we will just be returning nil. Okay. Reduce stock, nil. Okay. So this is for the inventory, and let's do the payment the payment processor. Okay, so we'll be just copying this my payment processor will be struct, and again we create a method called p my payment processor process payment and get the order ID will be an int, and the amount will be an integer. Okay, no, it will be the amount is the price, so it will be a float in this case. Process payment. Okay, yeah. So we have an error, and in this case, we were just going to print processing payment for order the ID, just not to confuse it again. Here we'll go the order ID. Oops. And the amount will be, in this case, it's a float. So we're just keeping the two floating points behind it. So we'll just leave it like this, so we don't get like some random and large numbers. So okay. So now we have an error here. Okay, so we're not returning return. No. Okay, no worries, Tintin. Okay, so in this case, if the payment is processed, in this case, here, you can basically add logic for the payment and add the payment gateway. Okay, so we're here. What you can do is just connect to the Stripe API or connect to the PayPal API or something. Just process the payment, and if you have an error because the user doesn't have enough funds in their Visa card or something, you just you can just display an error, because this function will be very important in the future. Because once we make the order, it will check if the user has the ability to pay or not for your product. And if it doesn't have, it will just show an error in the front end saying, hey, there's no funds in your credit card, please just top it up and just make the order again, I think. Okay, so if I make it a little bit smaller, can you see it, or it's impossible? It's just because, so for new people can see like the whole code, If I make it this small / big, can you see it properly? Or it's impossible? Please. Okay, I'll just assume you don't have problem seeing it. If so, just tell me. I will just make it bigger again, and that's it. Okay, so now we need the most important process order. Okay, so we have the process order. In this case, we just have order variable of order type. It will just get the whole order, like the quantity and all that stuff. The payment processor. Okay, it will just have the same name. Okay, so we can use it. Inventory manager. Okay, the inventory manager, and that's it. And we will return an error if there's anything going wrong. So the first thing, let's call it 1. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is verify the order. Okay, so in this case, we need to know if missing return. Okay, the first thing we need to do is verify that our order is fine. Let's say the quantity. If someone introduces 0 or 1, it's not. Well, if it introduces 0, there's no quantity, so it's a failed order. So let's just use if order that quantity is less or equal to 0, because remember it's an integer, so you can make this comparison. If the quantity is in strings, obviously you have to convert it, the string to int, and then execute it. So we're going to return new errors that new text. We'll say invalid order quantity. Okay, let's make the another. What else we can verify, folks? What do you think? Okay, I think at the moment we just need to verify the quantity. Okay, so we have a question. Let's see. Hello, how to know which method technique, BDD, TDD, to adapt in order to test the project tab program called while the lifecycle development project process? Thanks. What do you mean exactly? Which is the best testing methods for? I don't know. But if you do, you develop with TDD, for example, is a test development driven. You actually testing the code even before writing it. So you're first testing it and then writing the code on the tests. So that's a really good technique, and it should be used more often. So okay, I didn't understand completely the question. If you can just ask it in another way, that would be amazingly great. Thank you. Okay, so we have the total amount. It will be just the order price. We have to convert the order quantity into float, because the price is float type and the quantity is integer. So we have to convert it, because we cannot just make this operation. So here we have to process the payment. Okay, so this is the important part. So we have to process the payment. In this case, we'll say if error is payment processor that process payment, and we just add the order ID, the total amount, and that's it. If we don't have an error, if we have an error, just return it. Okay, so this what it does is basically checks gets the payment processor that we send it the object. Okay, Tintin, can you please share the reference resources in the discussion window panel? Thanks, regards. What references do you mean? Discussion window panel, thanks. Can you send me a message on Discord, or if you have a specific problem, maybe we can check that after the stream. Because right now I don't know exactly what do you refer. Okay, so the next function, this will be the process payment. Okay, remember, this is empty right now. It doesn't check anything. It just returns a nil. So that means that the payment is correct, and that's not true. Processing, okay, payment, and that's not true. So here in this function you need the logic to make the payment exactly. So you can, with the order information, you can connect it. Tintin, can you please share the test code reference resources in the discussion window panel? Okay. I don't. What resources do you mean? Like, I don't know. Like this code. Do you mean? I will be sharing it at the end. Once it's finished with all the testing, I will just upload it to GitHub Gist, so you can get the code from there and check it. Okay, well, actually, Shamari, this is not the personal project. The personal project was the cryptocurrency trading bot. So that's the personal project. This one is just for testing something. Thanks, Shamari. Titin, if it's a specific question on something, ask me on send me a private message. Yeah, no worries, Shamari. Thank you for yeah, but yeah, I'll get into the if you're more interested in the cryptocurrency trading bot, we can check that later and I can explain you how it works and how's the process. So no worries about that. So if you want to see the trading bot, thumbs up, and at the end I will be explaining part by part how it works and how you can make one. And maybe I can show you the code. If you ask me privately, I can show you the code. It works. I'm using it, so that's a plus. Okay, let's continue. Process payment. Okay, so now what we need to do is reduce the stock, because once, for example, we have the let's say we have the product. So my apologies. Okay, so another. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you have any reference resources that you recommend to view it about the test scope topic? Thanks. Regards. Okay. Right now I don't have some on top of my head, but I can definitely get you some good resource. So some good resources. So if you text me on Discord at my username, that's nofal79. It's this one. If you text me here on Discord, I can share it with you. I will not do it here because maybe it's a little bit spammy. So yeah. Okay. Will be inventory manager that reduce stock, and we'll just need the item ID. In this case, it will be the order ID. Sorry. And the order that quantity. Okay. Again, if error is different than nil, that means that we have a problem with the inventory, because in case we don't have an error, okay, it's cool. And if the error is not nil, that means that it has something, so it's not empty. We need to roll back the payment in case of an inventory error. Okay, so that can be done like this: payment processor, process payment, and then just introduce the order ID and total amount. So okay, and this will return the error, and the error will be basically the error that we send it. In this case, it's nil. But in case there's an error and you add an error here, it will just appear, and this will not be nil, and it will just roll back the payment for the people. So because we don't have stock, so you just get back, you refund the money to the people if you already charged it. I don't think so, but just get back to the process. Okay, and say, okay, we don't have this product yet. You can just check for another product. So now let's check. Let's try this. First of all, let's try this program. Okay, let's say we have an order. Oops. Okay. Let's say we have an order with the ID. This ID will be number 1. We have a quantity, this will be 2, and the price. The price will be 2.5. Oh, Do you have any question about something? If so, just ask, and we'll get to the Q&A soon. If okay, we start our payment processor. It will just be my payment process. In this case, will be just empty because there's no well properties in the inventory manager. This will be my inventory manager. Okay, so now we have this. Let's check if we can make the order or not. Process order. So we just add the order. We add the payment processor, and let's say, okay, so undefined payment processor. Okay, my bad. Okay, now it's defined processor. Okay, and the inventory manager. Okay, so if error is not nil, so we have errors, we just can marmalade the toast. Hey Bestie. Hey, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so just print those. Yeah, just bright line. Singular. Thanks. Hope you're doing well with the hackathon. FMT that print line. So order processed success fully. Oops. Success. Okay. Okay. So let's run this and see what results do we have. Okay. Okay. We have another question here from Tintin. Hello. How to know what test method techniques to apply in order to test program code while the life cycle development project process, which best matches its functionals and non-functionals use cases and operation scenarios. What do you mean? The first question is the first one you did, and the second one I don't specifically get it. Can you try to summarize it and maybe? Okay. Order. Okay, let's run this and see. Terminal and terminal. Let's just go build. Okay, so go Motivi. This is for the modules. Okay, so now we should get the program running. Okay. Processing invalid order quantity. Process error. Okay, so this is false. Okay, because it should be less or equal to 0. Okay, processing payment for order. Okay, reducing stock for items quantity. So if the quantity is 0, let's say, it should give an error. Okay. Okay, great. So what are we going to do right now is make the testing file to test all these functions, because we need to test them globally, like to use some different use cases and to see how it will behave with different inputs. So we will just get this side by side just to check for the functions and how they work to make the testing. There's a library called testing in Golang, probably in, let's see if there's any in Python. Let's see. Let's see if there's any library. Yeah, yeah, I think there's a bunch. Yeah, probably there's a bunch. So the first thing we need to do is mock the different the different stuff in the program. Basically, mocking. Imagine you have to test. You have to make an integration test, okay, and you have to test a different stuff and a database or some stuff or well. You can you have a program that inserts, updates, and deletes things from a database, imagine, or something, and you don't want to access a real database because you don't want to, get things deleted from an actual database that you're using or something. You can mock a database or whatever, and it's basically just like a virtual, let's say it's an invented database that you just making for testing purpose or anything, that you just make up to work with while testing. So in this case, we'll be using mock payment processor struct. Okay, process error. This will return an error in this case. Then we need to create a method mock payment processor process payment. Okay. And there we have the order ID will be an int, the amount will be a float. It was a float. Okay, it was a float, and we have an error. Then return p that process error. Okay. Do you have any question regarding testing the code or something? Just feel free to ask. So, and we need them to just capital to make it inventory manager. Okay, so reduce stock error, and this will be an error too. Okay, and you have a function. Let's call it, yeah, okay, inventory manager 2 here. Mock inventory manager reduce stock item IV will be an int, the quantity will be an int too. It will be okay, and here we return em, that's our reduced stock error. Okay, so what else we can test here? Reduce stock. Okay, so now we need to add the test cases. Okay, in this case, we want to test a valid order in like an order that it's made and the quantity makes sense, the payment is processed correctly, and everything is all right. Okay, so in this case, we're going to create a function called test process order. Oops. Test process order. Okay, as you can see in Golang, once you use the key names like the keywords, test, and all the stuff at the beginning of the function, it just pops this. Well, it's not Go. I think it's not the programming language. It's the Visual Studio Code. And then once we done the test, we can just run tests, and it will just run through the test cases, or just the test cases that we want to launch. And here we'll just take the parameter t, that's testing t. Okay, so now we have the order. Okay, let's make it up and say, okay, order, the IV is 1, the quantity is 2, and the price is 10. Okay, so this is the order we're going to use for all the tests. Well, all the test cases. T run, it's for to run the test case. This one will be called, so it takes the name of the test that you're running, and the function that's the function. Okay, so A, let's say valid order. Okay, this will be the easiest one, because valid order. And this, we'll take the function, we'll pass it testing t. Okay, so we need to create the payment processor. Okay, it will be my payment processor, and it will, okay, let me say this again, no more questions. The inventory manager, and this will be my inventory manager. Okay, this will be empty for the moment. If it's more complex, the program, you can just add more characteristics here and more fields, whatever you need. So we check for process order. We just pass it the order that we created at the beginning, the payment processor, and the inventory manager. That will be, if error is not equal to nil, that means that we have an error. See that error F, process order, return an error for a valid order. Let's see, order. Okay, just add the string with the error. Okay, so we can see it. Now, if we run this, run test. Okay, so the test is okay, because it just runs smoothly. But if we change this, this will just pop here and get this error, because it will not work, because the quantity is not the same. And it will just launch the error that will be process order returned an error for a value. Return an error for a valid order, invalid order quantity. Okay. So here the quantity will be the same. Okay, so the second test case will be an invalid order quantity. Okay, so okay, we'll just copy this. We'll just instead of valid order will be invalid order quantity. The function will be the same. Okay, so we have, instead of order, let's call it invalid order. It will be an invalid order. This is capital. The order will be with ID 2. The quantity will be 0. It's basically the same test case that we tried manually, but this is like with the test, so it can be run in, for example, if you have a pipeline or GitHub, GitLab CI/CD, for example, or whatever. It just gets all the tests done before processing the deploy or whatever. So okay, inventory, process order. Okay, let's just get this out. Have the inventory manager invalid order. So in this case, invalid order will go here. The payment processor and the inventory manager will be the same in this case. Okay, if error is not nil, in this case, we'll just get the error called process did not return error for an invalid quantity. Okay, so if it pops here, it's the test is failing. Okay. Okay, I have a question from Kevin Williams. What do you think of .NET? I think it's a powerful technology. I'm working with C#, and what I don't like is the package management system they have, and how like because sometimes you're working with .NET 7.0.1, and it just keeps popping errors that you need .NET 6.5.4, because if not, it's not running and all that stuff, and it's kind of messy, at least for me and for some people that that I know. But yeah, it's a great programming language and technology. At least C# that I worked with. I didn't work with that much Windows technology, like I don't know, Visual Basic and all that stuff. So yeah. Okay. So if it doesn't pop any error, it's not working because the order is invalid, and it will not return the error. So that's not what we want. Okay. So what we want is expected error will be the same as, let's see what we did here, invalid order quantity. This is what we expect. Okay. One, if expected error will be invalid order quantity. If that error is not equal to expected error, see that process order returned the wrong error for invalid, I don't know, order quantity. Okay. Okay, just leave it like this. Can't understand. Run test. Process did not return an error for invalid order quantity. Oh, okay. I see. It should be equal. Run test. Okay, now it's working. Okay, now it's working. So another test case that we can check if we have well, I think we should stop, make a little stop, like 5-10 minutes. 10 minutes. What do you think? Just go grab some food and we'll get back soon. I need to go to the restroom. So let's see. I just sounds good. Okay. Let me see if I can just put here no lie. Okay, I just put this here. Save. Okay. Okay, I will just leave this here, and I'll be coming back in a sec. Okay, in 10 minutes. See you. Um, okay, thank you. See you soon. Hello, hello. Here we are again. I came back a couple of minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. Um, 3 minutes before. Sorry, I get confused sometimes. In English, sorry, my uh, primary primary language. So we try to do it. I try to do it the best I can. Okay, so we were here adding some test cases. So we had the same. The first one, it's an invalid order quantity. Oh, sorry. The first one was simple valid order. No error expected. So if we have an error, that means that it's not working. Basically, um, the second one is an invalid order quantity, and we change the quantity to 0, and this is the invalid order. So we expected an error that it's invalid order quantity, and this error is the same one that we specified here. So if we get this error, that means, okay, let me turn the volume down. Keep hearing okay, again like this. Okay, are you, can you hear me? Yeah, I hope so. Sometimes I have some bugs with these AirPods, and sometimes they don't work. But yeah, I hope they do now. Okay, invalid order quantity, and now we're going to add another test case. That will be, let's say the payment process. In this case, we don't have nothing in the processing error, in the processing of the payment, because we don't have it connected to Stripe, or PayPal, or any banking gateway. But if we do, and we have an error, we have to control it here, because that means that the payment is not being processed correctly. So that's a problem. So payment processor, that's, we can use the mock one that we did. Mock, mock. Oops, sorry. Mock payment processor process error, and that will be errors that new payment processor let's call it processing error. Okay, so let's format this a little bit just to make it more clear. There's a comma missing here, I think. Okay, and now we have the inventory manager again. The inventory manager has to be connected to a database with all the information of stock. I don't know, current products, if they're out of stock or anything. My inventory manager. Okay, so let's check process. Oops. Why it's not? Okay, it's not being used. Okay. What will be process order? Will be the order, the payment processor, and the inventory. Let's see. Outside one as payment processor value and argument. Okay. Let's see if we can mark payment declared and not used. Europe place order says cannot use payment process, so payment processor messing method process payments. Error once process payment in float. Payment. Okay, this one returns the mark. Okay. Inventory manager. So we have the payment processor. Okay. Maybe it's this one process. It's not this one. We have it right, but the error keeps telling us this. Can I really well say process order? Okay, so we're going to exclude this one because basically now we will do nothing actually because we're marking something that we're not expecting anything to come from it. So what we can check is the inventory reduction. So let's see if we can create this inventory reduction error func t testing that t. Okay, this will be payment processor. We'll be using my payment processor and inventory manager using the mocked one. Inventory manager. Reduce stock error will be that new. Yeah, this should work. Process order. So we give it the order, the original one, payment processor, and the inventory manager. Okay, so if error is not nil, well, actually, if it's null, you should just have process order says order did not return for inventory reduction error. Okay, so we need the expected error to be inventory reduction, and if okay, it's not the expected one, we'll just say okay, stop. Process order returned the wrong error for inventory reduction. Okay, let's see. I think I missed something. Reduced. No questions. If anyone has a question, don't hesitate to ask. Reduce stock. Okay, so we have the process order main. Okay. Okay, now so this should work. Return test. Okay. Okay, so it's returning the great the good one. Inventory addition. Oh, sorry, not this one. If we change this one, it should fail. Okay, so it's failing because it's saying the first one, processing payment for order 1, amount 20, processing payment for order. Okay, so amount minus 20. This is like the reimbursement because we don't have that stock. This is the test case that we did before. Fail test process order, blah, 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 process order return the wrong error for inventory reduction. Okay, so that's working fine. Now if we test them all, we just click here and it passes. Well, it can pass or not all the tests. Let me check if I have some more tests here to show you. So okay, so this is the launch. Let me say. Okay, so let's say we, instead of running this, I will just display information. Okay, I'll just use this one. Display information. You get this one, this one, this one. Well, actually, not these ones. Here, get the balances, the logs, the ifs. Okay, so this should work. Let's see what we got here. Run, start debugging. Variables. Okay, perform Telegram actions. Let's continue. Coins execution. Okay, so it's now getting here, but it should not. Run application loop. Okay, display information. Let's say okay, so now we're going through all the coins. We're getting the locked. So here we have all the coin lists. Okay, the total that we have in these coins. The let me see, get Binance wallet, navigate wallet. Okay, plus 0.3. Okay. So now if we continue, F5, balance free. In this case, balance locked, we have 0, so we don't have anything locked. For ADA, this currency, we have this total. Now, if we keep continue, let's see if it gets inside the if statement. So if balance locked is greater than 0, let's see if balance locked is greater than 0. Okay, in this case, it's not. Or balance free is greater than 0. Let's see, balance free. Okay, it's greater than 0, so we will get in. So your post price, it will be 0.27. You can see all this information here, but if you just put your mouse on the variables, you can see all the values are returning at the moment. So the table, you will just append this into the table, and you can see here the table. So the table will just headers. Okay, the headers will be the same. The headers will be the same, and you can see it probably in the out data. Okay, it's not here. Let's see what it does. Just borders. Okay. Let's ignore the table. Okay, let's ignore the table. Just keep continuing. Okay, so now if you continue, it will do this process for all the coins. And as you can see, in this case, it will not. Okay, so the balance locked is 0 and the balance free is 0.00. So it will get inside because it's 000. It's something. It's not 0. So okay, appending to the table. Again, it will get inside, and it does this with all the currencies that we have in this list. So in this case, it's BTG. So it's now BTC, BTG, and then it's EOS. If we continue, it will be EOS. And if we continue with EOS, it will be ETC, ETC, and just keep going. Okay, so we have a question here. What test types, unitaries, functionals, modularies, integration, etc. to select in order to adapt and apply which best matches the project from functionals and functional use cases and operation scenarios? I think don't get the question itself, but if it's what you're asking about, what kind of tests you should use depending on the project. So that's you should use them all first. You should use unitary once if once you start and when you have small pieces of code, and then once you get a bigger project and you start with more functionalities and more integrations between the programs, you can just add them. Okay, let me just, okay, I was trying to get the chat here so you can read it better. So yeah, that will be the it depends on your project, on what you want to do, and all that stuff. And first of all, if you have errors or something and you want to test your code to get the errors, debugging will be the best for you because it will just get that running. Let me see. This runs run application. Let me stop this. Okay, I will just stop. Save the changes. Run. Okay, add configuration. Let's save. Okay. Run application loop emergency. Sell off all coins. Okay, so yeah, if you want to test debug the code, you can just debug it like part by part and check all the functionalities. And if not, you can probably you have to debug to look for errors. But once you have a big program and you have a lot of parts, you probably need to do some unit testing and integration tests and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope this was a good introduction, so you can know a little bit how debugging works and how test cases are used and how you can add them. Obviously, you can add a ton of them. Let me see. See if I can backend test, back testing. Okay, this is just back testing. It's testing this what is the lifecycle development project process for the test and validation program code? Okay, so first you have the program. You need to know. Thank you, Sarah Mary. Okay, so first of all, you need to write the code. Okay. Well, first of all, you need to plan what you want to do and how to write the code and get the right components and all that stuff. So you can say, okay, I'm doing a program about this, and it has to do this, and has to connect to these services and all that stuff. And then once you have all the planning, you start writing the code. So you'll get a lot of dependency problems probably because you'll be doing some code that depends on another code, then you change another code, then you get errors on the previous code that was working, and that's probably a mess. So first of all, I would say the cycle is plan the code, the program, the architecture, what you want to do, what functionalities has to do, and all that stuff, and then write the code, debug the code, check for all the casuistics, errors, and all that stuff, and then make the testing. Try to use to do some CI/CD, continuous integration. So or add some testing pipelines. So every time you just push some commits to your repo of your project, it will just run all these tests and all that stuff. So it will make sure that all the components work correctly. And yeah, once you have the testing, it will be just like that. Have the testing. It's when it's validated that all the components work. with with each other. So that there you have the program working and running. Shemari, very good. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. So thank you. If you have any question, if you're more interested in more advanced side of testing, we can do something in the next Global Hack Week, and get some more advanced stuff. This was just an introduction, so you can know a little bit how they work and how to debug and test some code. Do you have any reference resources that you recommend to view regarding the test code topic? Um, there's there's one book called Clean Code. It's like literally clean code. That's a really good book. But it's like let me see, clean code. Uh, um, yeah, you can find it on Amazon or anywhere. It's from Robert C. Martin. Is great. So I would say Clean Code. Clean Code, it's one of the reference books that every company makes their engineers to read. At least a couple of companies that I've worked on. They're like, okay, read Clean Code, please. Write Clean Code and Clean Code. So yeah, I would say Clean Code. Clean Code is a great reference book. So yeah, let me see. Do you have any question? Mm-mm. Let me see. Let me see. Word. Do you have any question? Let me see. Do you want for me to upload the code? Who is the author of Clean Code? I think it's called Robert C. Martin. Like I'll just look for the book. Give me a minute. C. Martin. It's this guy. Yep. This guy. Okay, let's get github.com. Let's see if I can upload the guests again. Repository. Okay, I think it's GitHub guests. Okay, so I would say testing code that go. I'm just main that go. Okay, I'll just get this code here so you can play with it later if you want. Create a guest and then say edit, add file, main test. Let go. This will be this code here. Updates. Okay, so here you have. I'll just share the guest so you can play with the code later if you want to. So yeah, here you can find the code. Let me see. Okay. So yeah, do you have any question? Any I don't know, anything you want to say? Okay, so I'll be finishing here if you don't have more questions. Thank you so much for your time and for being here, for being patient, and hope you had fun and learned something about testing. Obviously, it's a big topic, and there's a lot of things to dive in, to dip in. Sorry. Um, but yeah, hope this was a good introduction for you. I try to not make it that complex and that messy, so you can just understand like the fundamentals and how test cases work. Um, okay. What import did you use again? What do you mean the imports for the testing libraries in Golang? I use testing. It's called testing. The library. What import did you use again? Okay, I think that was the question. Thank you for the workshop session. Thank you so much, Tintin, for being here. Um, Tomorrow, we will be doing the third part of the introduction to SQL with some more more advanced comments because the couple last sessions were just the basics and all that stuff. So yeah, thank you so much. So yeah, thank you so much. If you have any question, just send me a Discord message, and I'll be there to help. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day.